How does the new Maybelline Plump Glow Foundation work on my dry 56-year-old mature skin? You'll have to stick around and find out. All right, here it is, the foundation I have been dying to try. It's the Maybelline Lifter Plump and Glow Foundation. We finally got it here in Canada, and I just couldn't wait to do a first impression for you. I am a big fan of Maybelline foundations. I did a video last year on the new one that was the Lumi Matte Foundation, and I also really enjoy their Superstay Skin Tint. Now both of these I have in the shade 118, so I thought that I would also pick up this one in 118. Hopefully they're keeping the shade matches the same. I just wanted to show you that the seal is still intact, that I have not even touched this yet. So this is going to be a true first impression. This is one of those foundations that's been going viral right now. So why I was really excited to try this one, that it's formulated with a 90% skincare base, which is 2% niacinamide and also hyaluronic acid. So if you've been with my channel any length of time and watched any of my prior foundation review videos, there's a few things I like to do a little bit different than other content creators. I like to try the foundation with different methods. So by that I mean on the one side today, what I'm going to do is use primer and also apply it with a sponge. And that's, I'm going to say most of the time, that's how I apply my foundations. But then I also like to do the brush method. So that's what I'm going to do on this side. I'm going to apply it with a brush, but I'm not going to apply a primer. I like to see sometimes how the foundation actually will work without assistance. So all of my skincare products are on, including my sunscreen. And then what I also wanted to do was use a primer that I'm very familiar with and that I know it works really nicely on my skin. So for that one today is the Milani The Bright Skin Illuminating Primer. So like I mentioned, I'm just going to apply it on this side. And where I usually do it, right in my smile lines, right on the side of my nose where I have my biggest pores. And then also up on my forehead where I have wrinkles up there and fine lines. This primer always amazes me. Look at how luminous my skin is on this side and the comparison with not having the primer on this side. That's why I just absolutely love it. All right, so we're gonna go in with the foundation now. I always give it a good shake, make sure it's all mixed together. So this is a glass bottle and it's a pump. I always apply the product to the back of my hand first, so it's not an overly runny foundation. Now this says it's supposed to plump the skin and brighten over time, and that would be true because it does have that skin care ingredients in it. So it's one of those products that's going to improve your skin over time with continued use. So definitely it is a thicker formula. Look at the coverage it's giving me. So I'm going to first apply it on the side that I put the primer. And I'm just going to start with that much. Usually with a sponge, I don't get as much coverage as I would with a brush. So that's why I like doing the comparison. It does say it comes in 16 shades. I think the shade is actually pretty decent, so I'm glad I went with the same shade I usually do. Okay, so it's blending really easily into the skin, and the shade is like spot on because I'm having actually a hard time seeing where the line is for like this side of my face. So far I'm really liking the radiance. That looks quite lovely. So here, I'll come a little bit closer so you can see. So this side is done, this side is not. So I like how it's evened out my skin tone. I don't know why my face is just a little bit red here for today. I'm not sure why, but we'll just run with that. But so far you can see how it looks really luminous. And at this point, it's not doing any sort of settling into my fine lines. And I do have some still left over on the back of my hand. So then I'm going to take my foundation brush and we'll start on this side. Actually, I'm just going to put a little bit more of a pump. So I put about that much more. Now, usually with a brush, I get more coverage. The sponge generally will soak up a little bit of product in the sponge, unfortunately, but I like how it shears it out. So then on this side, you can see that I am getting more coverage. Wow, I really like the luminosity, especially you can see it on my cheekbone. I usually just stipple it in with the brush. Okay, this is really, really lovely. It just looks so beautiful on the skin. So I'll come closer now. So you can definitely see I have more coverage on this side than I do this side. Pretty common when I use a brush. What I'm interested to see is later on if it will settle into this side of my smile line, because I don't have the primer there. So usually I have the primer fill in those areas. So I'm curious to see if it'll do any settling on me. But so far, this is quite nice. And I'm also curious to see if it's going to oxidize on me. So if you're somebody that likes more coverage with your foundation, then definitely use the brush. So what I'm going to do is quickly jump off camera, apply the rest of my makeup, and I will come back, show you what it looks like with the rest of the makeup, and then I will start my wear test. All right, I'm back. Kept things a little bit more simple today for makeup wise. I want the focus to be on the foundation. Really liked how the rest of the makeup applied. Keep in mind this is the primer sponge side and this is just the brush side. Even with the rest of my face products applied, I can see just a slight difference between the brush and the sponge side. There is a little bit more coverage over here than this one, but either side looks really nice. So I'm not favoring either or. I did also forget to mention that this has no fragrance to it, so I thought that was a nice feature. Now, another couple of things I'm not going to do. I'm not going to apply any sort of powder. I want to see how this wears naturally throughout the rest of the day. And I'm also not going to apply any sort of setting mist, just for that same reason. I just want to see how it's going to work the rest of the day. So it is just about, I don't know if you can see the time, it's just about 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to wear this as long as I can. It's definitely going to be over 8 hours, but any additional time after that, I'm not exactly sure. I've got a bunch of things on the go today, and I will just pop on after I finish talking to you here, just so you can see what it looks like in natural light, because it does look a little bit different between studio lights and natural light. And I was going to mention everything that I used today on my face, I will have that linked and listed down in the description box if you're curious as to what products I used. So I will see you guys in a bit. All right, so this is just after filming. I wanted to show you what this looks like in natural light. This is kind of the best place that I have in the house to do this. It's a beautiful sunny day. So this is the side with the sponge and the primer. And this is the side with the brush. So hopefully it's giving you a bit of a better look. But so far I am really enjoying this. This is a beautiful foundation. Fingers crossed. I think it looks very radiant, very luminous on the skin. So at this point, it's been about an hour since I've had it on. I'm gonna wear it all day today, and I'll let you know my final thoughts at the end of the night. See you later. Okay, so I am back for my final check-in. It is just after 11 o'clock at night, so I have had this on for 12 hours. I've been checking on it throughout the day, just seeing how it's been looking. And I do have a few wear points, especially around my nose area and just on my chin, but the rest of the foundation on my cheek area and my forehead still looks good, and it stayed pretty true for the whole 12 hours. It didn't oxidize on me. I would say this is really ideal for anybody that has dry or normal to dry skin. I think this is a great option for you. If you are somebody that has more oily skin, you may not like this because it does have that luminosity to it. But for dry skin, I think it's very hydrating. And the other thing that I was really pleased with is the shade. I think that's the 118 is a perfect, like a neutral shade. One of the things I did forget to mention is that this is one of the few foundations that I know of that doesn't have alcohol in it, which is great for mature skin. And if you remember, this was the side with the primer and the sponge, and this was the brush side. I will say what I did notice is, and this was surprising to me, the side that I put the primer on, there was some settling compared to the non-primer side. A bit odd, I think, because I always apply a little bit of extra primer so that doesn't happen. But you can kind of see in this area here, there is some settling in my fine lines, but especially on this one over here. I am just in my kitchen tonight because everybody's gone to bed, so I didn't want to be too loud in my studio. So hopefully, even in this light, you can get a sense of how the foundation looks. And I also like how it feels very lightweight on the face. One of the things I always say is keep in mind, everybody's skin is different. So how a product works on my skin may be totally different how it will work on your skin. But as a generalization, I would say this is a really nice foundation for mature skin. And here's the funny thing, this is totally unrelated, but what I was most surprised with today was my lipstick. And the only reason I'm saying that is because you can still see it has a fair amount of like color still on my lips. And I've had, water, like beverages throughout the day. I've had lunch and I've had supper, and I have not reapplied anything on my lips. So I will tell you what I did use is the Maybelline the liner in Big Lift. So that shade. And then I went in today with the MAC. This is the Warm Teddy matte lipstick. So it's so pretty. And I am just shocked that I still have some lipstick still on. So that really does stay. But back to my final assessment, I think if you're looking for a sheer to medium buildable coverage foundation with some radiance to it, I think this is worth trying. The price point is pretty decent. I think I spent about $22 on it for Canadian dollars, but there's always sales on it at the drugstore, so I mean you could just wait till it comes on sale. I am certainly going to keep playing around with it, and I do want to try it with some different primers and see if that makes a difference to the settling. But I think it's a really lovely foundation and one that I will for sure recommend. As I mentioned, I will have everything linked and listed down below in the description box for you. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe if you're not already. And as always, I hope everybody has a great week and a great life, and I'll see you all very soon in my next video. Bye.